Hi, welcome to Mr. Dyer's Musings. I'm Mr. Dyer, and today we're going to be taking a look at vintage pocket knives. Stay with me. As always, I'd like to thank my wife and family for their unconditional support. I'd like to thank you guys, my viewers, my subscribers, for taking the time to watch this video and to watch this channel. Do me a favor, if you like this video, if you like the stuff that we show on this channel, please click subscribe. Don't forget about the bell button. That way, when I put out new videos once a week, you guys get notified and you're made aware of what's coming up. I'd like to thank my subscribers. We are at 500 subscribers. I can't tell you how much I truly appreciate your guys' support. I really, really do. My goal is to eventually get to 1,000 subscribers and keep growing and monetize the channel. And I hope to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of summer of 2022. And with your guys' help and support, I think that's completely possible. Do me a favor, take this video if you like it, or take another video that you really like, one of your favorites that we've done, and share it with others on your social media. Let people know about this channel and let it know that they exist. If you like history, if you like artifacts, if you like talking about history and artifacts, this is definitely the channel for you. Sincerely appreciate it. I want to thank my patrons on Patreon. I especially want to welcome Mr. Miller and Mr. Lund to the Patreon family. I got some big goals for the patrons on Patreon. I'm going to do, starting December, one in-depth video per month of all the things that we've covered, all the minutia, because there's a lot of stuff we just can't cover in 20 to 30 minutes. I try to keep the videos about 30 minutes or shorter. I have a hard time keeping my videos short, which honestly probably isn't a good thing for this type of platform. But hey, you know what? That's what it is. We're about history and learning, so that's what you get, half hour. So welcome, Mr. Miller, Mr. Lund. I appreciate your guys' support. I really do. If you're interested in supporting us on Patreon, check out my Patreon page. Even if you guys got a cup of coffee a month or something that you want to throw our way, we sincerely appreciate it. We put it to the side, and we've got some major things coming up this summer. We're going to take the show on the road, and I'm really excited about it, and you guys can be a part of that with special features and access. So thank you so much. All right, so I'm dressed in my 1930s outdoor wear. It's cold here in Ohio. It's really cold, and we're going to talk about, coming up in the next several weeks and stuff, the various things that I have on and how that applies to historical campcraft, bushcrafting, and just good northern knowledge. If you're planning on going outdoors in the north, then you need to be prepared. But today we're going to be talking about pocket knives, and this is the second to last video of things that scouts would carry on their belts. Now, it's a pocket knife. Most everybody pretty much carries it in their pocket. Although, gotta tell you, like, I can't stand having bulky things in my pockets. That's why I tend to wear like vests or other things. If it's up here, it doesn't bother me. But if it's on my legs and it's in my pocket, it tends to bother me. But scouts had these cool little hooks that would connect on their belts. That way they could add accessories. And one of the things that's commonly shown in artwork that depicts scouts are pocket knives hanging off of it. Especially these type of old scout knives that have the bail on it, which is this little metal piece. That's to dangle it from the little hook. When I was a scout, they still issued these little hooks. They don't issue them anymore. I just bought a belt for my kids for their scout uniform, and they don't come with the hooks anymore. And it was pretty handy. I used to keep like cups dangling down at summer camp on my side, so I always had it with me. But I guess that's kind of going out of the way. But anyhow, so you have a pocket knife. Now, pocket knives, again, attaching that to last week's video when we talked about sheath knives, having an edged tool is going to be extremely useful. Now we have all different types of pocket knives today. They had all sorts of different pocket knives back then, but generally for outdoor use, the Scout type knife was designed for your average needs out in the field. It doesn't come with pliers. It doesn't come with all the nice gadgetry that a Swiss Army knife has, but it has your very, very basics. And one of the things that I demonstrated in this video was the can opener. Now, these older pocket knives, they have, generally speaking, two different styles of can openers. They have the lobster claw, or also known as potato digger can opener, or they'd have this style of can opener here, which is a little more than just a really small, dull blade. The potato digger and the lobster claw was certainly more easier to use than this thing. I'm going to demonstrate for you how to use both in this video, but yeah, those are your two main styles as we take a look. Okay, so what separates a Scout knife from any other knife, like a jackknife? What makes these things Scout knives? Well, generally Scout knives, they have a can opener, like so. They have a screwdriver, like that. It's a flat head because Phillips weren't that popular back then. And it also has a little bottle opener, because if you wanted to open up your Coke or your Pepsi, you gotta have a bottle opener. My friends down in Kentucky, Ale8. So we have an awl, which is a pretty nice for leather work, for your belt, possibly for canvas work, things like that. And of course, you would have piece de la resistance, you'd have your knife, a knife blade. Now your knife blades tend to be spear pointed blades. They're shaped flat or straight on both sides, except for the very tip, and the tip is shaped much like a spear. Alright, since I used my ulster the last time on the very beginning of this video, showing you how to use that style of lobster claw, now I'm going to show you just a slightly different version. It's a lobster claw. It has the point that juts out. That way it holds onto the can. So as you're prying, it comes, cuts through like that. And I'm also going to show you how to use the dreaded spear point, or I don't know what to call this style of can opener. Not my preferred. We're going to start with this one, because this one creates a mess. It's really difficult to use. So you're going to watch how you push down on it, because since it's not a lock blade, depending on how you press down on the angle you press down on, it can close on you. It's not a good thing. So just work it in. If that doesn't work, grasp the knife, use the palm of your hand, or if you got a stick, you can whack it. Alright, and we are in. So now, you got to pry it that way. I really, really hate this type. Because there's nothing really for it to grab, so you kind of have to twist the handle a little bit, and you're using the back of the knife to pry. Alright, so I'm going to stop that way I don't cut myself. But you can see it's kind of a difficult system to use. Now we're going to this version. We're going to use the same hole. Now the lobster claw is so much safer, so much easier. You just keep shoving in and prying. And wash these jagged edges with your thumb or other finger. And once you about got it all the way done, lift it up. There you go. You've got your lunch. This is chili, so it tastes pretty good too. There we have it. Okay, so that wraps up our video talking about pocket knives this week. Really, a scout, that's all you need for your basic necessities to add on to the other tools that you already carry. You have an awl for leather work and canvas work. You have a splat-headed screwdriver with bottle opener. You have your blade, and you have your can opener. That's really all you need. That's a carbon steel. It makes it easy to maintain. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did like it, please click like. Please leave me a story about, I don't know, a good pocket knife story. Maybe a can opener story. Or maybe when you had to repair some gear and you had to go to your pocket knife. Tell me a story. What do you think? Or what's your favorite pocket knife that you have? Maybe you have granddad's old pocket knife still, and that's the one that you prefer to keep. Do you like to keep it on your belt? Or do you like to prefer to keep it in your pocket? Let me know that as well. Please consider subscribing. Don't forget to check the bell button and notifications. That way, when the video comes out, you're reminded that it's out. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Give a kiss and hug to your loved ones. Take care. I'll see you next Sunday. I love baked beans.